with Elif Mur again, and today we are going to be discussing natural anxiety reducers. So the basis of anxiety is for people that are afraid of or fear the future, or people that do not feel a sense of security or safety, or they have an insecurity about making themselves happy now or in the future. So the basis of getting rid of anxiety or reducing this is have more of a secure self. But also in this video I'm going to be giving some tips on naturally reducing anxiety. So let's get started. My biggest tip and example for helping reducing anxiety is having a happy gut or a happy digestive system. So the digestive system is basically how you digest your food, and if you're not having good digestion, it has a lot to do with your mental health, especially with depression and anxiety. So your neurotransmitters some of your neurotransmitters go through the nerve system and into your immune system and into your brain. So if your body is not absorbing nutrition or nutrients, you're not going to have as a stable mental health. So some things that I do to help myself have a happy digestive system is I actually have little to no sugar in my day. If I do have sugar, I usually use like raw honey, or I use organic, but it's either I like a half a tablespoon or like a full tablespoon of honey, and that's pretty much everything else that I use is from either fruits or vegetables. I eat a lot of bananas, but having a reduced sugar diet really does help promote healthy digestion and a good gut health. Also, fermented foods such as pickles. I love pickles. I'll drink the juice, and I will also eat the pickles right out of the jar. It's amazing. Also, sauerkraut is really good. If you do consume dairy products, yogurt is really good, but some people say that yogurt really isn't that great for the digestive system just because of all the sugars that they put into the yogurt. But if you do consume yogurt, try to go with one that has less sugar. The other thing that I recommend is doing apple cider vinegar, which is really helpful. I put like a couple of caps of apple cider vinegar into my water, and I drink it out of a straw. Make sure you drink it out of a straw because it can, it's kind of harsh on your teeth. So I drink apple cider vinegar with my water throughout the day, and that's actually a really helpful way to promote healthy digestion as well. Let's see, what else do I do? I have also, sorry, it's really hot in here. I'm like sweating. Also, I do a super green, which also has wheatgrass in it, and that's also really helpful for a good digestion. This stuff comes in like 3 flavors. It has banana, chocolate, and I think maybe like a natural flavor. I'm not really sure, but I use chocolate, and it's amazing. And it has 50 organic superfoods, and you can get this at Walmart, and this is what I use to help promote a healthy digestion. And it keeps I can put it in like my water or my milk, or whatever it is that you want to use for this, but it's like a powder. It comes in like a chocolate form. It's really good. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really yummy. Other things that I use is I'm actually taking a probiotic right now, and this one is specifically for emotional and well-being, and you can get this at Walmart too. I don't know if you can see that, but I will put it in the little tab at the bottom at the end of the video. But definitely a healthy digestive system is really important for mental health and anxiety. The other thing that I do when I'm feeling really anxious or have a lot of anxiety is I surround myself with happy colors. Happy colors such as pinks, sometimes reds, teals, blues, anything that really rejuvenates my spirits or makes me feel more confident. Teals and blues and pinks are things that I really try to surround myself with. So teal is a natural mood stabilizer, and it promotes healing and for your emotions, and it also promotes things like a calming feeling, and it kind of balances you out, and it's a really happy color. You can use put it in jewelry, or you can carry stones with you. I don't have anything teal with me right now, but the other color that I actually try to surround myself is pink, which is my favorite color, and it promotes optimism and calmness, obviously femininity, but it's kind of like a very nurturing color. So I try to carry pink pens or pink bags or pink nail polishes or pink, lots of things that are pink to remind me that it kind of gives you a sense of calmness and that everything's going to be okay. So those are the two colors that I really love, is pink and teal. So the other thing that I recommend for reducing anxiety is, sorry, I'm in the truck right now, is when you're feeling anxious, I really recommend inviting yourself to go or create a safe place in your mind. And for some people this is kind of like an eye roll, but it really does work, because when you go to a safe place, it really helps the brain kind of calm down a little bit, and your safe place can be whatever you want. And whenever you're feeling stressed, I want you to really sink into your safe place. It's really helpful to think of your mind as like a sanctuary, so you can only invite whatever it is that you want to invite into your mind. That way you're going to have more of a clarity of mind when you're anxious, and it will really reduce the anxiety. Chewing gum is actually very helpful for the brain when experiencing or reducing anxiety. My gum is the nicotine gum, so obviously that doesn't count, but it creates saliva in the mouth. So when your brain goes into a fight or flight response, oftentimes you will feel that dry mouth, or it's like your tongue is super dry. If you chew gum, it will trigger the brain into thinking that it's in a safe place, and it's okay, and it will very much reduce your anxiety. So those are the things that I do, but the number one thing that I definitely recommend for people is continuing to be able to find self-love, or nurturing or inner parent techniques. So if you don't have a pet, but I really recommend, if you find yourself kind of being anxious, it's really helpful to not only nurture yourself or that inner parent dialogue, but also to nurture an animal or a pet, like brushing it, grooming it, making sure it has enough food and water, cuddling it. Nurturing is very calming to the brain, and also it's very important to nurture yourself. So make sure it's also really helpful to leave little love notes to yourself, or doing things that pampering yourself, these types of things, but also keeping a very nurturing spirit about yourself will really help calm your anxiety, because it'll make yourself feel like you're calm and you're safe, because the basis of anxiety is basically people or an individual isn't feeling safe either in their environment or in themselves. So if you find yourself also experiencing anxiety and you're not really sure why, or you're experiencing a specific fear, it's also kind of really helpful to look at what you're afraid of at this particular time or this particular moment, and saying, let's say somebody's afraid of butterflies or a specific thing that they're really dreading, or like the dentist or something like that. Sometimes what I find helpful is, instead of looking at the fear of the butterfly or the dentist, you might want to think something a little bit more positive about yourself, being something along the lines of, okay, I have a fear of the dentist, and kind of put it into more like a value system of, like, why am I afraid of the dentist? Well, I don't really like to feel somebody really close to my face and gouging around in my mouth or something like that. So this is a form of self-preservation. So you could say, I'm really happy that I really like to value myself enough to have enough self-preservation. Something along those lines, so that you feel it's more positive about yourself. So these are all the tips that I have right now for anxiety, and I would really like to hear what you guys have to say about anxiety. I don't really believe that it's a lifelong thing that people have to struggle with. I think that some people are more sensitive to it than other people, but these are things that really helped me, and I would love to hear back from you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!